That's right. Hey, Danny told us it's about that money. I'm gonna get that money.
I'ma get that
That
I'm
money.
gonna get that money.
I'ma get that money.
That money.
Money.
I was over here jamming too when he came on. For
Oh
sure.
yeah, you know it.
He said,
Absolutely.
Danny,
Orlando bound.
yeah, Danny said, I
Orlando.
don't care what people say. Guess what? I get paid on Fridays. I get my money. I'm like, I know that's
Get that
right.
My
money.
money, yes.
All
My
right, guys. I'm on my phone since I'm not home. I'm trying to mute over and then set up for recording, and then we'll get started.
Hey,
You need
Boomy,
me
did
to
you see Will on the
co-host?
dance floor doing the stinky leg?
I did not. I should have caught that on tape. That
Where's
was.
Boomy,
Will at?
are
Uncle
you
Will.
still in Vegas, Boomy?
I am. I'll be
Uncle,
here until Wednesday.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Do you
Uncle
need
Will,
me to
how was the trip?
co-host for me?
He already made you co-host.
Oh, okay, okay then.
I'm looking for the mute button.
Bottom
Where's the
left.
mute? Oh, wait a minute. I should know what a mute button is. Hold on.
Oh, do you want me to mute all?
Yeah, do me. Thank you. Here's record. Mute off for me, please.
Gotcha.
Recording in progress.
Boomy, you'll have to unmute yourself. Yeah, yeah, right.
Unmute.
There we go. All right, let's try this one more again. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Sunday night Bit Group Team Training Zoom. We do this call every single Sunday night, no matter what. Even if I can't make it, I get one of our awesome leaders to lead this call. So this is a staple. You don't have to ask, are we having it? We have it. We've even had it on Christmas, believe it or not. That was years and years ago when Christmas fell on a Sunday. So, with that, tonight is a very exciting night. We're going to do a recap on what has happened over these last 2 days. As always, grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, because the paper what? Unmute, y'all tell me the paper what?
Never
Forget.
forget.
Yes, it never forgets. We remember very little of what we hear, but when we write it down, we can review those notes so we can teach from them, so that we can learn from them and cash them in as checks and make our notes pay us. So before we get into our awesome team who came out here to Las Vegas sharing with us just some of their takeaways and aha moments, how they are changed, how they were inspired, let's still start with our wins. Now, for all of our new people, when we go over our wins are not just how much money you made, how many people you recruited. A win can be that, but a win can be overcoming a fear, pressing up against barriers, just something that you accomplished, and maybe it wasn't related to making money right now, but it was still something for you where you said, you know what, I did that. Maybe a new and better thought process, some type of activity or something like that. The win can be for you or it can be for someone else. So with that, let's do those wins. Go ahead and unmute. Who's that
I
first
will,
person I'd like to share?
I will go first.
Go, Will.
So on the way to the airport today, our Uber driver, we had a conversation and I pitched him. He's very interested. I'm getting information to him. And also a young lady inside the airport that actually works for the airline was very interested. So, and she already texted me her information so I could get back with her. So,
Awesome. Awesome. When people send you their information, oh, you know that
yes.
there's a greater chance that they are serious. That's awesome. Success clap, please. Boom.
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 Building that list. The
Boom.
list is a living, breathing organism. He who has the biggest list wins. Who's that next person?
That's me for me. I'll go.
Go. Okay, go, Johnny.
I went to a luncheon over the weekend and I pitched the ball and I got somebody interested. I sent them the information. They said they travel a lot and they're very interested. So I'm just waiting to get back with them, and that was my win.
Awesome. Always talking to people. What we say, you don't necessarily go out to talk to people, but you talk to people while you are out. So thank you for sharing. Johnny, let's give our success clap, please. Boom.
Boom.
Awesome. Who's next?
Wanda.
Go, Wanda.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna tell you first of all what I got from the
No, not yet. We're not doing
Oh,
that
not
yet.
yet.
No.
Okay. But I'm
This
gonna tell you today. I'm gonna tell you what I did today. Of course, I did say that I talked to 7 people. I talked to 4 people at one time that were sitting next to me at the pool. And then when I got to the pool to cool off, actually the guy, he saw my hat because I have a never give up hat on my head. And so he started the conversation, and I'm like, oh, okay. All you got to do is say something to me, and that was it. So I shared what we did, and he gave me his number, and he had 3 other people with him. So I passed out the card that Beverly gave me to all of them, and he introduced myself to his wife. So I text him, and I also sent him the video. And then when I was in the pool, I was getting out of the pool, and I was talking to this lady who's actually been to Dubai. So we had a nice conversation, and I told her about what we do and the fact that I can see myself right now leaving a legacy for my family. And so I got out the pool, and I told her where I was going to be. And she said she was there with her daughter, but when she came to me, she was looking for me. I told her where I was going to sit. When she came to me, she had a girlfriend with her. So she was looking and looking. I just waved, and then he came down, and so she introduced me to her girlfriend, and I gave her a card. So that was my 7th person, and I got her number, and so we're going to be communicating. I sent her the video, and we're going to be communicating too.
All right, 7 new people in one day. List building at its finest. Prospecting. That's awesome. Success clap, please. Boom.
Boom.
Two more. I see you, Crystal. Go ahead, Crystal.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Anytime I go to a conference, I have a fear of like talking to like the top dog leaders, people that make a lot of money. I was in a coffee line and Danny and Marie were right behind me, and I turned around, introduced myself, looked them in the face, had a nice conversation. I walked up to Danny Bling, told him great presentation, had a little word with him. I don't never do that, but I walked in that conference with boldness, like everybody is going to know who Crystal is. I am a leader.
All right, success clap, please. Boom. Man, what a powerful win. Getting over ourselves. Remember, everybody is the same. Getting over that fear, having that confidence, that boldness. That's what it takes to win. That's what it takes to lead. That is awesome, Crystal. And when you come to our events, you'll see that almost everybody makes you feel so comfortable, and they're approachable, not a lot of egos and all of that. So they make you feel welcomed. That's awesome. And last person for a win.
Hey,
Go ahead, Luther.
I got to tell you, when we got to Vegas on Friday, we had a problem getting Uber. They canceled us 3 times. So we found out where we had to go to get the taxi cab. And on the way over there, a taxi cab was passing by us, and I flagged him down because we wasn't at the place where we were supposed to be. But he stopped and was going to pick us up. And the taxi cab police were there and said, no, you can't do that here. Well, we convinced them to let him take us. So I flagged him down. And make a long story short, he gave me his number so that he's going to be my personal limo driver whenever we're in Vegas. And he said, anytime you need me, call me, I'll be there. He came yesterday to pick us up, take us back to the airport. And since I had his number, I said, listen, this conference we was at was off the chain. Let me send you some information. I hope you look at it. He said, man, I already looked at what you sent me already because I sent it to him Friday. Forgot about that. And he said, we're going to talk. So that's one. At the airport, met another person, talked while we was waiting on our flight, got their phone number, sent them some information. Got back to Philly, got to ride back to where we parked our car at. The driver there got his number, gave him some information. So I got him like 4 or 5 other people that since we left the conference that I got to get in contact with.
Awesome. Let's give Luther a success clap, please. Boom. Awesome. Guys, all these people who have said, hey, I got names and numbers. I prospected people while I was out. they are on fire because there's something that they saw this weekend that they were inspired to, is a place that they want to go, things they want to achieve. And we understand and know even clearer now that we have the greatest travel membership on the planet. There's nobody else in the USA that has a travel membership like Trevorium. So it just does not come close. The value, the 150 world tours, the opportunity that's 13 years old and the solid, like we have the goose that laid the golden egg. Now it's up to us to share it with people. And so over the last 2 days, guys, I mean, it was just amazing. And we know the power of events. You're going to always be hearing us talk about that. And that's how we build our business, from event to event. So the next big event is in February. So before we hear from some of our awesome distinguished guests who were here in Las Vegas, govern yourselves accordingly, guys. Get the early bird ticket for the training. Is $125 right now, just $125. Go ahead and get that for February. We don't know the dates, but it's normally just 2 days, and I doubt if they'll do it during Valentine's weekend. So you can scratch that one out. So, and it's going to be in Orlando. So go ahead and get your ticket. Now, Michael said he got his last night. I know for a fact that people who got it last night, and it probably even leaned over to today, if you bought that ticket, what that set you up for is double bonuses in the month of August. Okay, so you'll get, instead of $50 when you sign up for platinum, you're going to get $100, and then that payout is going to come September the 15th. So let's go ahead and talk about these last 2 days, y'all. I'm telling you, it was just fire. We got our hands on something special, but it's up to us to take what David Hart has created, which is an opportunity. And an opportunity is you can do something with it or you can do nothing with it. Like, you got an opportunity to do what you want. And so we got to see many people from around the world who has taken that opportunity and have monetized it handsomely. One couple, Igor and Larissa, they are now $1 million a year earners after just 2.5 years in the business, guys. So it's not about the time in, it's about like the work ethic and the mindset in. The top income earner, Todd Strand, he said it took him 9 years to get to $500,000 a year. We know people in their job will never get there. So 9 years to get to $500,000, I think that's quite good, right? And then from there, it just took him another 3 years to get to a second $500,000 a year. So now he's $1 million a year earner in this company, been here from the beginning. But Igor and Larissa just joined 2.5 years ago, and they've already done in 2.5 years what it took Todd over 10 years to do. So the choice is yours. The work ethic that you put in is yours. So with that, I'm gonna let Bernadette and Brian go first, because since they are in the airport, if that's okay with you guys, because I want you guys to maybe keep it to about like 3 minutes. Keep it to 3 minutes or less. But just what are some of those takeaways? And guys, don't just listen. Take notes. Write some things down his team members are going to share with you. So, Brian, I see you right there on the camera. I have you to go first. What did you get out of the 25th and 26th here in Las Vegas?
Hey, Boomy, can you hear me okay?
I can.
Okay. Hey, one of the things that you just said, Boomy, I think is so important. The fact that Igor had hit $1 million earner status in 2 years tells us that we are now heading into momentum. And whenever you're in a network marketing opportunity, that's the best time to get in. That's the same thing that David Hart said. It's the best time to get in. So, got that out of this weekend. The other thing that I got out that was real big, Boomy, is that we got to get out our own way, right? We're not successful, not because of anybody else. It's because of us. And the reason why is because we're not doing some of the simple things. One of the simple things that I got out this weekend is we got to go through our phone, and we can't judge anybody. A through Z, just contact them, send them a 10-minute video, talk to them, let them know that you got something that's exciting, get them on a Zoom, get them on those three-ways. And not to mention three-ways, oh my goodness, I almost forgot, but I hope we're not taking somebody else's thunder. But the three-way call training that was done between Susan Sly and Boomy just solidified the whole idea of getting people on someone who's been in the business for a little bit already credible, because our family, our friends, they don't look at us as the expert when it comes to these type of things. But when you get them on that phone with that second person or that third party, that believability goes up. And that gives us a great chance to get them on our team. And that's all I have, Boomy.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Brian. If somebody else has the same aha moments or takeaways or insights, it's okay. The repetition is good, and everybody isn't going to say it the exact same way. So if somebody said something similar to what you're going to say, it's okay, because own what your aha moment was, because it's yours. So thank you for sharing, Brian. I'm going to go to Mike Maddox next. Mike. So Mike and I met for the very first time. He was in the hair weave business with me back in 2013, right? You can see he doesn't have his weave in today, but but it was so good meeting Mike for the very first time. He is awesome, guys. You all probably never seen him before, but he's already a platinum director. He and Will have met because they both live out in Seattle. So Mike Maddox, tell us, what was your takeaway?
Oh, I had many. And I have a journal. You remember your list that you showed on one of our meetings, your prospect list?
Yeah.
Well, I have a journal that I found online, and I'm working that journal, going through my phone, and adding contacts. But the takeaway that I got was, one, I'm not doing three-ways. So I'm kicking myself in the butt, because what you said about three-ways is vital to build the business. I just got off the phone with one of my team members, and I explained to him that we must do three-ways. And the other takeaway is, I was just on the phone with a very, very hot prospect who loves the business model but needs more information. But he and his wife, they're on a vacation trip right now in a local area on a beautiful lake that we have here. And I asked them how much did they pay for their 3-day stay, and it's like $450. And I explained, it's a place called Lake Chelan. And I explained to him that he definitely wants to look at our company very closely, because he's already planning other trips with his family. And but he is the type that he needs a face-to-face. Zoom doesn't work for him. And so the big takeaway I got is the travel home parties. So those are the two things that I'm going to be working on hard and going hard in the paint before we get to Orlando.
Yes, awesome. Thank you, Mike. Anthony was the first one who started the travel parties on our team. He comes from the school back in the day of ACN, and back in those days, like, everybody was doing the PBRs, calling them private business receptions. We can call them home parties, travel parties, whatever you want to call them. But Ambassador Harlan Hall was sharing, like, that's a big part of how they build from house to house. Like, his team, every single weekend, they having a travel party, and sometimes more than one. So that's awesome, because some people, Mike, you're right, they need that eyeball to eyeball, kneecap to kneecap connection, right there in the living room with them. And so that is a way that works. Some people like it just online. Some people love it offline. With our team, we're doing both. So thank you, Mike. Oh, and the three-way, guys, one of the things that we said, now Mike has been in network marketing. He's no stranger to this industry, but still, you see how he said, you know what? I was missing that crucial step. And he can bring in the world without a three-way, but he would be doing his people a disservice, because when he follows the system, he's training them at the same time. Everybody's not going to be as good as he is. So we've got to learn how to get ourselves out of the way and point a person to the expert. I do 3 giveaways. I was working Cynthia's tail off when I first came in. This like peek and pass, peek and pass, peek and pass. That's what I do. Pique somebody's interest. They're open. Get them to watch something. Bam. Edifying 3, edifying Cynthia, and getting them on that 3-way call. The other thing is that's how you learn. So it's 2 things going on. It's OJT, on the job training. You're training your prospect, but at the same time, you're getting trained because you're hearing how Cynthia overcomes objections, how she answers questions, what it is that I say, to people. So that's how you learn as well. So thank you, Mike, for sharing those takeaways. Bernadette, you are up. I thought I saw you with your hand raised, Bernadette. Let me see.
Okay, sorry, I couldn't unmute. Okay, I'm at the airport as well, but I just wanted to say that my takeaway was the importance of a tracking sheet and really keeping track of the people who you call, what their response was, yes or no. And the fact that getting a no is a good thing, and setting a goal for how many no's you want, because the more no's you get, that means the yeses are right around the corner. And following up. That's what the Roberts kept talking about, that they just followed up, and that's how they got Dan onto the team. So just tracking and following up.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Bernadette. And so Larissa from, I think she's from, her and her husband, they speak Russian. So she's pregnant with her 7th baby. So she was up there talking about how she used to own a coffee shop. So she was used to hard work because she would open up at 4 a.m, sometimes be working till 11 at night. But she didn't have a life. And her son was like, Mom, why did you even have us? Like, you're never here. So when someone shared Travarian with them, she saw it as the opportunity to get her life back, to spend more time with her kids, to get more freedom. But one of the things she had was that work ethic. So she took that work ethic and put it into this business, her and her husband together. So they're the couple that now are $1 million earners in 2.5 years. So they have incredible work ethic. Remember this, never expect what you don't inspect. She inspects with her team, with this tracking sheet that Bernadette was talking about. Sometimes people on your team will say, oh my gosh, I'm talking to so many people and everybody's saying no. Well, how many did you talk to? You're feeling like you talked to 30, but it was really only 5, right? When you look at the tracking sheet, I talked to 5. That's not enough numbers. Her husband, Igor, shared something I always say. I tell you, you guys got to be like fishermen, but you got to cast that net far and wide at the same time to catch a bunch of fish. Some of you, he said, are acting like snipers, and you're just talking to this one person, and you're just trying to get this one person in for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then, that's a slow road, working at one at a time. You got to cast that net out to many people at a time. So I share with you how there are times, and Jeff is on here. Jeff, remember, we were like, okay, we're going to get up in the morning, and at 8 o'clock, I'm pitching to 35 people. I'm using the law of large numbers. Just copy and paste it out to 35 people. Bam. Okay, I got that done for the day. Now I can go on to something else. But guys, again, don't be that sniper where you're working on 1, 2, and 3 at a time. Cast out and pitch to a lot of people at one time. And then those people, your pitch always ends with, if I sent you a 2-minute video, would you take a look at it? Or if I sent you a short video, would you take a look at it? And then when that person says yes, then they're playing ball with you. If you pitch out to 30 people and you get 10 people who say, or 12 people say, yeah, you can send me a video, man, you got something to work with. But if you pitch to 3 people and you get 0 or 1, the business is hard that way, and it's a slow road. So again, I'm excited about what Bernadette said, because I'm excited about getting 300 no's, and I'm going to track it. And y'all are going to see each person, each name who tells me no, and I'm going to have that on a sheet. And guess what I'm going to do? Me getting 300 no's is going to help me to make a lot of money, find leaders and great people in the business for me to partner with. So anybody up for the challenge of going for no and tracking it? I want you to track yourself and get 300 no's. All right. Next person. Who's going? Where's
I can
Will
go.
and who's that?
That's Wanda.
Okay, well, let me go. Wanda, let me get Will, and then I'll come to you. Will and Samantha,
Okay.
and then you.
Okay.
Samantha may not be available right now.
Okay, go ahead, Will.
So first of all, I just want to say was really glad to meet all of the people that I haven't met yet. Luther and I swapped phone numbers. We became friends. I got to meet Crystal, got to meet a lot of people. But anyway, so what Bernadette said was my takeaway. It was one of my takeaways, is to start tracking what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're talking to a lot of people. We're not really tracking. I'm going to start tracking that as of today. So the other thing, my other takeaway was taking responsibility for my own business.
Mm-hmm.
We really need to take responsibility for what we're doing and not waiting for somebody else to do it for us. We got to take that responsibility. I'm getting ready to crank it up a few notches. We got to go faster. I'm going to go much faster. After listening to Danny Seguinal, I'm not begging anybody to make money with me from this point. We got to take charge. I'm just so excited about it. But those were my takeaways. And after talking with Harlan Hall and Chris Bailey as well, I like what both of those guys are doing, especially with the home parties. We don't do many of those here on the West Coast, but I'm going to see if I can get it started along with Michael Maddox. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get some of those started.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Will. And Brian Bailey put Harlan's full home party training inside of our Facebook group, Health and Wealth Big Group. So that's in there, along with Danny's training on I'm going to get this money. I am a leader. I'm going to get this money. That's in there. And yes, thank you, Al. Al said the word urgency. I put out a post today shared by the great Cedric Harris, and he was talking about having a sense of urgency in your business. Success and wealth love speed. So get out of that, kind of complacent, lackadaisical mindset. And these people who are making the big money, who are where you want to be, I mean, they're moving with a sense of urgency, all deliberate speed every day. Will, can you talk a little bit more when you say taking responsibility for your own business? Like what would that look like? Because some people may not understand what you mean. What does that look like, taking responsibility for your own business?
For me, it means, being accountable for the goals you set for yourself.
Okay.
And making sure that you're doing the activities to meet those goals on a daily basis or weekly basis or monthly basis or what have you.
Gotcha.
And engaging with your team and making sure everybody's on the same page. Everybody's doing what they said they were going to do to set their, follow up with, make their goals come to pass. So,
you made me think of something. Write this down, y'all. If it is to be, it is up to me. Write that down. Exactly. Take responsibility for your own business. The affirmation is, if it is to be, it's up to me. Brian and I used to say that affirmation all the time. If it is to be, it's up to me. It's not to your upline to make it happen. It's up to you. Yes, your downline, you'll benefit for them, but it all starts with you, your mindset, your work ethic, your skill set. So that's what our attitude is going to be for each of us on our team. If it is to be, it's up to me. Hey, we're going to make it happen.
I'm going to make it happen. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Accountability is a success insurance policy. So thank you for bringing out that word accountability, Will. All right. Let's see. Next person. I'm going to go to Cassie. See your hand raised. We're going to save you to after all the people who were there finish this. All right. Go ahead, Merle. What's your takeaway? And then Crystal.
Yeah, I had a lot of takeaway, but the one thing as I was flying back, I think about being consistent. setting a goal for the day, every day, and doing it. And most of the goal that I set, I'm tired. I haven't slept in almost 24 hours. But I was determined to call some people today, figure out what's going on, because I sent them the video. I didn't hear back from them, but it's not their responsibility. It's my responsibility to call them and find out, hey, what's going on. So I set up, I'm going to call my brother and his wife. They're interested. So I say, hey, when can you do it? I wanted them to do it today. They just came from church. So they say, hey, maybe tomorrow or Tuesday. But I'm going to call them and say, hey, what you doing this evening? So I got to be consistent in going back to my people. Set every day, like they say, 5 people every day to call or more, and go and pitch the ball and do it. Being consistent and make it an urgency. I told my husband yesterday evening, you're going to sign up tomorrow. And I kept bugging him all day. You're going to sign up today. And he did it. So, I feel within myself, I have to be more consistent in what I'm going to do in order to let my business grow. And remember about the money. I'm going for the money. And if I'm going for the money and I'm hungry, if I'm not hungry, I ain't going for nothing. But I'm hungry enough to go for the money. That means I have to put the work in, the work ethics every day.
Awesome. You got to be hungry. Watch that video from Les Brown on YouTube, guys. Write that down. If you haven't seen it in a while, revisit that. You got to be hungry. Just type that into the search bar on YouTube and let Les minister to you with being hungry, like waking up every day and flat getting after it. And I don't want to hear anybody say, oh man, if I didn't have this job, it don't matter. Harlan Hall he's a 1-star ambassador with his good government job. $100,000 from his job, over $100,000 from his part-time business. He's hungry. He's making it happen. That's amazing double dipping. You don't have to leave your job. He ain't giving up that $100,000. He liked his job, right? But he was able to build this business in 2 years and get another $100,000 on a part-time basis. Yes, Mike, Just Do It. We watched that a couple weeks ago from Art Williams. Visit that again, the Just Do It speech. That's what we're doing, y'all. We getting out here and we just doing it. Let me tell you, and then I'm gonna go to I think Crystal's next. So the big group, we had 20 people at this event. We got about 200 people on the team. Now a little less. Everybody was active. It would be probably a little over 2, right? So about 10%. That's not bad. It's good numbers, because I think last time we may have had like 8 people come out to Orlando or something like that, maybe 8 to 10. Now we've doubled that. So this time in February, I haven't thought of the number, but we want to at least have 60 at least, right? We want to triple our numbers, and we're going to do all kinds of fun things. We're going to have our whistles. We're going to have our rally rags. I mean, people are going to know the BIT Group Billionaires in Training in this company. We're going to come. We're going to rank up. We're going to serve. People are going to know us and our team in a big way. So that consistency is really, really important. Thank you for bringing that out, Merle. And congratulations on your first sign up. Daryl Maria Roberts was saying, yeah, most husband and wife couples, they join, together and work it together. So now you got your husband there. Both of y'all getting those points. All righty, Crystal, the floor is yours.
Okay, with Danny here, Danny Bling, he came in, y'all, Saturday, and he woke everybody up. This man ran on that stage on fire. He was like, I don't understand y'all. Y'all taking pictures of toilets and beds. What are you doing? It's people out there hungry, tired on their job. You need to teach them how to get the money. I'm in Chicago. We have 1,400 teachers without a job in my profession that is tired and hungry. I need to minister to them about this opportunity. It's game time. People out here need help. The travel will come later. The bigger picture is getting this money. People need to know about the opportunity of making extra money. Did y'all hear what I said? 1,400 teachers do not have a job in Chicago.
And you got something for them.
Yes.
So,
Boom, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just to kind of resonate on what she just said. I live here in Seattle, and Microsoft just laid off over 2,000 people. And I'm looking to tap every resource that is within arm's reach of me.
Awesome. So that just shows you guys, I mean, whether a person is laid off or has a good 6-figure job, like this is an opportunity that is solid. It has longevity. It's what most of the people in the world want to do. People who are already traveling want to keep traveling, and they would love to save on their travel. A lot of people who don't travel is because they don't have the money. That's one of the things that Danny was saying. I mean, like, you're talking to them about to travel first, but they can't even take a trip because they don't have no money to go on the trip. So watch his video that Brian put out. It's in the Facebook group, Health and Wealth Bit group. And Danny's going to get into the perspective of y'all. You got to focus on the money. Now, let me tell you, for our compensation, I've been in this industry. I'm a second-generation networker, seen lots of compensation plans, and people always are prospecting me. I have not seen a compensation plan. There is not one. I'm going to be bold enough to say that. Where at this price point of less than $500, $300 some dollars, with a small team of 376, 188 on your left, 188 on your right, you're at a 6-figure income. I'm going to say what Daryl Roberts says, unbelievable. Y'all, be proud. Like, there's no company out here where just 188 on the left, 188 on the right, you're at 6 figures. But even if a person can't see that far, look on their chart. 25 in one leg, 25 in the other, comma, money every month? Are you kidding me? As Cynthia would say. And you got to show a person, wait a minute, you don't got to get all those 25. It's not about you doing those sales. What the people above you do can spill below you. That's going to help you to rank up and for your pay. As Cass says, nobody else is doing that. I mean, I had a team of Last Wellness Company over 10,000 people, but the people, and I didn't get any spill, but how that worked is, even as I created spill for people, guess what? They couldn't use that for ranking up. Their rank only came from their own enrollment tree, the people that they brought in, and then the people that those people brought in. Any of the spill that I made for them, it would help them with pay volume, but not for rank volume. Here, your spill helps you to rank up and it helps you with pay. Okay? So we've got something really special here. Nobody else is doing what we're doing in travel and in compensation. All right, who's the next person? Wanda. Go ahead, Wanda. And Jeff, I see you. I'm gonna get the people who were there first, and I'm gonna come back to you.
I'm here. You ready?
Yes, go ahead, Wanda.
Okay. Pretty much what everybody says, so I'm kind of detouring some of that. My takeaway was, first of all, the travel parties, and also the self-development, which is what I work on every single day anyway. So it's like doubling it up on what I have been doing and shortening out certain things that I have done in terms of my self-development, and just continue to do what I've been doing, but just do a little bit more of it. The other thing is when I was there, I ran into quite a few people that I used to be with under Chris Bailey in another company. And to see them there, that was like that. It was like wonderful, really wonderful. And on top of that, Chris said, to everybody in there, I'm available for 3 ways. I'm like, you ain't got to say that to me twice. So when he came off the stage, I went up to him and I said, look, I want to make sure I still have your number, right? So he looked at it, he said, you still got it. I'm like, that's cool. That's cool. So I told him, I said, you don't have to tell me anymore because I'm letting you know I will be calling you if I need you. And see, that's for sure because I got your number. So anyway, the other thing was using the three-way calls. I just started and I got one three-way call with you. I remember, Boom. But my goal is to do at least 3 to 5 three-way calls a day. Somehow, I don't know. I just don't know how, but I know I'm going to do it. And then also, I used to use a tracking system with little squares of number from 1 to 100. I'm going to start using that as my tracking system. And I'm also going to do one for yeses, just one for no's and then one for yeses. And I'm going to do pages of it. So I'll have enough for 300 to 500. And the other thing is I'm hungry. Like Les Brown said, I'm hungry. And the other thing that really helped me to see more of the legacy portion of it was the fact that listening to what people were saying there about how their spouses are no longer there and they're still receiving a legacy, the money is still growing and growing and growing. And so for me, that was one of the most important things that I got out of it, the whole conference, right? I'm going to be able to fulfill my dream that I've had since I was pretty much a mother for the first time. I'm going to leave a legacy for my family. And I can see that happening. That's it.
Thank you for sharing, Wanda. I don't know of any other company that really talks about this like Trevorium does. When you get to 2-star, your business becomes willable. They want to make sure if something happens to you, that David Hart, the company, keeps sending that money to your loved ones. I mean, I'm sure there's some other companies that do it. I just haven't heard of any that really stress that. So I think that is big. So Wanda told me yesterday for her, it was the legacy, seeing that, man, this is a company. I mean, you could feel it, y'all, from the stage. Like, they care. They want you to make money. They want to keep this thing solid. So even David is like, when this thing is gone, when I'm gone and go to be with the Lord, like, I got it set up so that the business keeps going and my children know how to run this. And so, I mean, it can be a place where you can feel like if I put out my work and effort is going to be here, not so some of these flim flam scam things are just here for 2 years and then gone. This is not one of those. This is a legacy company. All right, next person, Sharon Luther Smalls, and then Jerry Stewart.
Hey, Mumi. Oh, we're close to each other. I just want to say, first of all, I learned so much, and not just learned a lot. God really spoke to my heart while I was there about the reason why he had me there and the integrity of the company and just a willingness to be teachable, coachable, and consistency. That the Lord really convicted me about that, because sometimes I can get busy doing a lot of other things, but I got to treat this, like he said, like it's my own business, and not just consistency, but being intentional. I can go about my day or be somewhere and not thinking about things and not being intentional about the business, which means it's a difference between if I'm intentional and there's someone there that I can talk to, that I'll talk to them. But if I'm not intentional, my mind may be somewhere else and I'll miss opportunities. So my main takeaway is to be not only more consistent, but intentional in every day in what I do. And also that tracker. I'm going to start that tracker because I want to get through those no's so I can, and home parties. Oh yeah, we really want to start home parties. I used to do direct sales and I loved home parties, and every home party I was able to book 2 or 3 more home parties. So I love that kind of thing. So I want to really learn how to do it right. And so we're going to be talking to you about that, Boomy, as well.
Okay, awesome. And I like what Sharon said, the great Holton Buggs, I think he coined Bam Fam, book a meeting from a meeting. Sharon just told you that's what she did while she was there. She had the model, people signed up and pull out the calendar and get them to schedule theirs right then and there. That's how that duplication goes. So again, watch Harlan's video. You're going to hear him talk about that. And Sharon, tell them the exciting thing, you winner. What happened to you at the end?
I love my trip to Cabo.
Yes, they did a drawing, guys, in the big group. Look, we're going to say the big group represented the great Sharon Smalls. Her name was called, so her and Luther now have won a getaway. So that's a week stay in Cabo at a Hilton property. And we are excited for them. And that's in October. So we're all going to put ourselves in their suitcase to sneak in with them. So that was exciting. We all were like, Sharon's name came up. So make sure, guys, you stay in the room till the event is over. Because when they did that, there was probably 16, 15 names that were called and the people were nowhere to be found. So stay in the room. So when they do something like that and you win, you can make sure that you can claim your prize. Awesome. All right. Oh, Neverly hasn't gone. So I didn't know. Did Luther want to speak, or were you just speaking on behalf of both of you all?
No, I have my own thing I wanted to say, but Boomy, from what I understand, it's 8 days and 7 nights to Cabo.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. And that was exciting. And, I was more excited than she was, because when they called her name, and when I saw her name come up on the board, and when I said, oh, she can't move fast, and I know they go through 1, 2, 3 next. I said, no, I'm coming up. She's here. She's here. I ran up there, and I don't run. But this, I've been to other conventions before, but this is the most exciting one that I've ever been to in my life. And it's not that, rah, just come by, come on and get it, and sell type of thing. People was honoring everybody there, whether you new or old in the business. It's all about, we're all here, we're all family. As my man Cecil always said, we're all family, and we're here to help each other and help each other grow. Okay. And the funny thing about three-way calls, Boom, you remember when you did the three-way call with me with Lori?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I talked to her today when I got home, and she was telling Luther, I don't know how to do three-way calls. I said, well, Lori, I'll get with you and show you how to do this. But then the Spirit told me, well, you got her on the phone now, walk her through it. And we walked through doing it, and I had her do a three-way call with Sharon to practice. And she got it now. Awesome. And she understands how to do a three-way call now. So you can be expecting to do three-way calls with her as well. And I told her, I said, no, one thing you got to know about these three-way calls, when you do a three-way call, we're in training to where we get to the point where we're going to be doing three-way calls for our teams. So listen, and make sure when you do that three-way call, put your phone on mute and sit back and listen and take notes of what your three-way caller is doing for you, so you can be able to learn from them to be able to do it for your team.
Awesome. Hey, the great Jeff Trills, he coined the term master the mute button. He's on here right now. And Jeff, I said that from the stage. I told everybody, make sure you master the mute button. Put that phone on mute and just listen and learn. We're going to do a full training, y'all, one Saturday, either Saturday or on Sunday. And we're going to get into breakout rooms here on Zoom and practice and role play. So you can get down how to properly edify and introduce. And even I'm going to give you the model of what it is that I say, because I'm supposed to edify you back. You've edified me to your prospect. Now I need to edify you to your prospect. So why do I do that? What's the best way to do that? And then what is the format of the three-way: company, concept, compensation, close, leading them to the big picture. So there's a method to this, and we're going to make sure our team is trained up well. We're going to be the biggest thing out there, y'all. I'm telling you, right now, we may just be a few hundred, but we're going to be a few thousand, and we're going to be tens of thousands of people. Not just in this country, we're going to have a global team around the world. We are in 70 countries. Let's get in them all, right? So the message.
I agree with you on that, my sister.
Who's that?
Michael.
Oh, Michael. Yes.
I touch and agree with you.
Amen. Let's all touch and agree on that. It's like if we're going to think, let's think big, right? We're going to think, y'all, let's think big and do it, and then work. Go out and work to make it happen. All right, let's see. Neverly.
Well. Welcome team. Listen, when you go to these type of events, you're going to get pumped up. You're going to get excited. But one of the things you got to recognize is that that excitement has got to continue to filter on down when you leave that place. And so what we tend to do is sometimes we all ha, and then about a week later, it dies down. But I'm telling you, you got to be hungry and you got to continue to go after it. And that's what I did. When I left the event, I started prospecting. I've been prospecting all day. I did what they told me to do. I wrote my journal. I got what I was going to do today, what I'm going to do tomorrow, what I accomplished today. I wrote down my goals, what they told me to do. So you got to be consistent. You got to get out here and you got to be hungry and you got to keep it moving because yes, we got all excited, but the one thing I know is that sometimes that will wear off, but you got to keep that hunger going. And so everybody has said a lot about the training. We know, Boomy, we go way back. So we got all this network marketing training. I don't have to go over that, but I'm going over the excitement. Get excited because this travel, this compensation plan is, like she said, is one of the best. And when they want to pay you early in the comp plan, you better recognize that that is a blessing. Back over to you, Boomy.
Awesome, awesome. Pay you early. What she means by that, guys, is look at that 2-star position up to a $750 2-star monthly bonus, y'all. That's big. That early in the comp plan, $25 a day. More coding money, up to $750 bonus just for bringing in one person every 30 days. And then enthusiasm. Who talked about getting excited? Because, that's a whole nother training, y'all. Breaking down the word enthusiasm. Think in theos, in God, in spirit, like inspiration. That sets up a magnetism that attracts people to you. We could do a whole masterclass on how that enthusiasm, when you be enthusiastic, not hype, but genuine enthusiasm will help you to rank up, to bank up, and be a better recruiter. All right, last person, I think Jerry Stewart. I don't see Raven on here anywhere. So let's go to Jerry Stewart, and then Cass and Jeff will end it with y'all too. Jerry Stewart. Oh, and I don't know if Shirley wanted to say anything. Jerry Stewart, are you out there? The dancing queen who had me at the line dancing when I was supposed to be asleep.
I saw that on Facebook.
All right. Well, I don't know where she is. So let's see. Anybody else? Who else is on here? Shirley, if you're in the room with my mother, she can't see how to unmute. Help her, please. Hey, while we're waiting to see if she can unmute, I just want to say, I see Tracy's name. Tracy out of Australia. Let me tell you guys, it is my intention that we have an amazing team from Australia. Like the Ukraine has taken over the company, right? And there is a from people in Ukraine there to people who are from the Ukrainian community who live here in the States. A lot of people from France. You'll see them behind Danny on the stage because he's from Canada, and through Canada he was led to people in France. And again, at least Australians can speak English. The people from France could not speak English when they first came. There was no customer service for them or anything. But Danny made it happen and just got it built. And so, again, let's think big, guys. It just takes a decision. So Tracy said, yes, I want to be integral in bringing Australia into Trevorium. So now we got to start building that out. So again, we're going to touch all of the countries, right? We're just getting started, but the big group is going to have a massive team in Australia. I want y'all to see it. I want you to imagine them on the stage, flying over here. Then we're going to get more world tours, Tracy, in that area, that part of the world where you all do a lot of traveling. So that's kind of how it works. There are more world tours around that Kazakhstan and all of that because now there's a demand for it. Okay, that's how that works. So appreciate you, how you plug in. I think Australia is like 16 hours ahead of most of us. They're in the next day already. I think it's morning where she is on Monday, right? And she's here on the Zoom. So thank you, Tracy. The big group loves you. And let's see. Okay, so Jerry never unmuted. And so let's go ahead to Cass and then Jeff.
Hey, Boomy. I just wanted to speak on, I forget who it was now, been a while ago. Somebody was talking about taking responsibility for our own
Will.
business. Will, okay, how did I forget that? And I wanted to speak on that. And then you came back with, if it's the affirmation, if it's to be, it's up to me. So it just made me think about something that I saw today as I was, looking through a lot of stuff today. I don't remember where I saw it, but I posted it and it said, life doesn't come with a remote. However, you can change it anytime. You just got to get and do it yourself. And that, I was like, that's it right there. That just sums it all up. We have got, we could change our life from whatever it is, whatever we don't like about it, but that's another teaching. It's all about that mindset development. I do remember Wanda, I'm glad you work on your mindset development daily, because that's what it takes to have real success. Everything starts in the mind. So that's just a great thing. You gotta you gotta do that, and you can change whatever you don't like, but it ain't gonna change by osmosis. And there's no remote. You got to get up and do it.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you, Cass. Just do it. Make sure you watch that Just Do It speech again. All right. And Jeff.
For me?
Trill.
Let me.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. What did you? I'm sorry. You wanted me to say what I liked about the weekend?
Yeah, everybody was sharing. See, she multitasking because you should know what we're talking about here. But anyway, so go ahead and share what you got out of these last 2 days.
Well, it's kind of hard for me to do because it was so much. But anyway, one of the things I think that I said, and I think I put it in the group, and of course, I've said before about the stability, excuse me, of this company. But I guess for me, it's so kind of different because I've been in so many different network marketing companies, and some of those companies, you kind of a little shy about sharing because you don't know if it's still going to be here. And so, I was sitting there just thinking, oh, Lord, I'm so blessed. I said, I can share this with anybody because this company and the stability of it, it's just so real. And, we don't have to be concerned about, all of the testimonies about the monies, people who have been here a very, very long time. And they were just talking about how, I know that every Friday, in fact, one of the investors was saying, I feel better about me getting my money here every Friday than I did on my job. Because I know I'm going to get that money every week here. Also, one of the things that they really sort of made people see was people talking about, and yes, people still are saying is a pyramid, not necessarily this, but the industry. Todd really went into the profession of network marketing and how, people make more money here than even in, your professional jobs. And he went on about how, I don't care how deep it is, you can have people way, 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 way down there making more money than you. So it's not a pyramid. I mean, it was just so many good things that, that came about this weekend. So, and as I think of more, I will put them in our, our group to share. But let me say one last thing. I was really impressed with our team because I mean, a lot of our team members just showed up. The big group really did represent. And so that made me feel really, really proud. So anyway,
Yes.
that's about it.
Thank you, Mom, for sharing. Let me just, I always play with my mother about stuff, get on her about stuff, but let me just give her honor and let you guys know so much of what I know. Like, I have a great aptitude for this profession of network marketing. Why? Because as a child, as a teenager, as a young adult, I got to see two amazing individuals build a network marketing business who didn't know anything about network marketing at all when they started, who failed, who just didn't know what they were doing in the beginning, who held meetings where nobody showed up and we were just sitting there waiting for people to come and the chairs were empty and just paying their dues, going through all of that, but staying the course and plugging in and learning and making the sacrifice and getting up to $50,000 a month from not knowing jack, right? I got to see this process from the time I was like 11 on. So I have a great aptitude for what we do because I grew up in the industry. And so I thank her so much for, she always says, I done forgot half the stuff that I knew. But I mean, amazing trainer. She was an amazing presenter. Now she just gets to play, have fun and do whatever. Sometimes she take it seriously, sometimes she don't. But I mean, I just love her being here because my mother she's an inspiration. She loves to travel. She still reaches out to people. She lets nose roll off her back. And so she does have a lot to bring to the table as far as, to our team. And I'm just going to be teaching her more about social media so she can get up her social media game. And because she don't mind making videos if she knows what to make them about. So with that, thank you, Ma. Appreciate you sharing. And let's go over to Jeff Trills before we end. What you got for us, Jeff?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me back on. Most of you guys may not know me, but I am excited about the Trivorium experience now that I understand more in regards to what we offer, right? It's not just travel, but it's also life-changing discounts that can increase your pay or your income just by alleviating bills, right? Because most of our money don't go to us, it goes to our bills, right? So the fact that we can alleviate and then share that we save $71 on a phone bill or things that we're saving monies on so that we can actually use that money to travel, it's phenomenal. So just understand that perspective is amazing. And the fact that we're talking heavy about three ways, I love that because I've been in the industry since I was age 18. And a lot of that time was me just learning the game, right? They say most network marketers don't make any money because majority of network marketers are still learning the game. Majority of network marketers quit in the first year, right? And so those statistics had to falter into that because they didn't give it 2, 3, 4, 5 years like they did on their jobs, right? And so when you look at it from that perspective, it's like, well, what are you basing these numbers on, right? People quitting in a year's time, or people not showing up and doing the activities, but they like to hang around because it's like some people don't even want to make money. They just want to hang around and be in a social group because their job is fine for them, right? So we have those different metrics inside of the network marketing industry. But what I do know about the three-way call, when I really started to make money, was when I mastered the three-way call, when I mastered the mute button. And what it did was every time I would do a three-way, the person I'm speaking to is learning that I'm not saying too much of anything, but I'm consistently saying the same thing over and over again. And it's like, wait, he said the same thing to that person, and they said yes. That's crazy, right? Whereas, and then when they started to see, they said, I can do that, and that's what started to happen. So it started to snowball. And then when I would ask the client, what did your guy do while you and I was talking? Oh, he didn't do anything but master the mute button. I said, can you put me on the phone and master the mute button? Oh, yeah, sure. Then we can have success together. And they were like, oh, yeah, I love that. Because most people are scared to be upfront and say that they got to act like they got to say something. No. You get to master the mute button and learn and earn. And so I'm super excited about that. Trivorium is heavy in implementing that because that's how we actually duplicate, or that's how I actually was able to duplicate my team from someone who don't know anything to somebody who's eager. They get eager to want to do the three-way for their team member because they see how they've been doing it often and often. It's the same thing. So another thing I like about this Trevorium situation is the fact that it's subscription based. We're earning income off of a subscription. And the biggest companies, the billion-dollar companies, are subscription-based companies, right? And what that means is when people say, "Well, you need a ton of people to make a lot of money." Well, no, I need people to pay a subscription every month, right? And so, for instance, if we build it up to 300 plus people, and we never sponsor another person, that income will be coming in every week or every month because of the subscription that's being paid or being saved because we have 3 and free, right? That's super powerful to where, they say, you need 1,000 people. You just need 300 or whatever the case may be to make a substantial income. That's massive in the world where people are saying you need to recruit the world. We're going to recruit the world, but you don't need to recruit the world to make a substantial income here with Trevorium. And that's powerful to when somebody says that, we have a way to say, well, I can set it and forget it at that particular number if I want to, but I don't want to because too many people that need what we have to offer. So I'm super excited. I know you guys don't know me in here, but
you will.
Boomy.
They will.
One thing about Boomy, she's very consistent and persistent. So that's the key thing about having a successful leader that's teaching you the game. That if she sees something in you, she ain't gonna let you go. You could have a heavy hitter that comes in, or you spoke to them, and if you do not continue to speak to them, somebody else might, and now they're in the company, just not under you because you let off. So I'm telling y'all right now, do not let off anyone because I tell my people, I said I'm either going to attract a leader or create one. Right? So there's two things you can do. You can attract a leader or you can create leaders that you didn't know was going to be leaders until you created them. So that's my little 2 cents. I'm super excited to be here. I think I got a new perspective on Trevorium and I'm excited with it. So it's time for us to get that money.
Yes, awesome.
Awesome, Jeff.
I sent Jeff like clips of Danny. That's why I can tell y'all, get the content, keep the camera rolling, right? It ain't just about the presentation. I wanted to bring Jeff some of the energy. I wanted to show Jeff this is more than just to travel, right? I want him to feel the flavor of the people that's on the stage. So I was like, oh, here, Jeff, look at this, look at this, look at this. So remember, all the content from this weekend, even if you wasn't here, you got all the pictures and media under WhatsApp. Like, create some story, put them in your stories, put them in your reels, put them on your page with some descriptions. Like, look, our team, we're fire, we're winning. You don't have to be there. You are on a winning team. Show people you're a part of something that's winning. Your team is ranking up. Y'all are serious, right? You got to show this. People are attracted to winners and a team that's moving and shaking. You can FOMO people, right? Fear of missing out. They mean, no, I'm not interested. But that's all right. You keep showing the team winning, keep showing what's happening. People are like, wait a minute. Let me get back to Mike because he's doing something. I thought I wasn't interested, but now they don't want to miss out because you're showing it. So y'all gonna learn how to keep on, doing that, being consistent with that. I'm telling y'all, we're going straight to the top. So listen, guys, August is coming. Some of y'all going to be ranking up in August. So let's keep our minds on, like Neverly said, get clear what it is that you want, where you want to go. What do you need? How many you need on the left? How many you need on the right? Maybe you're just getting your first 3, doing those 3 ways to get your first 3 to Platinum Director. So you're starting with daily pay. So you don't have to pay the $135. But remember, as Jeff said, so much savings. A lot of people aren't paying that $135 because they're saving on their cell phone bill. They're saving on their, insurance, car insurance, renter's insurance, and a whole bunch of other things. But February is the next big event. Every doggone person who is under the sound of my voice right now should be there to go across the stage. Now, Platinum Directors getting your 3, you don't go across the stage. They just ask you to stand up. Everybody from a 1-star on, you walk across the stage. And I want everybody here going across the stage if you want to. So you determine, you got 6 months, right? What rank do you want to be 6 months from now? But as everybody said, you got to be willing to put in the work to get it. But we're all working together. So I'm going to end it there because it's after, what time is it here? After 6 here. And Tia Santiago, my sponsor, is having a birthday party in 45 minutes. I got to get over to her hotel. But all right, guys, I love you so much. And I'm here for you. I'm still doing 3 ways while I'm here. So everybody unmute. Let's say good night to each other.
Love you too, Boomy.
Good night.
Good night.
Love you, Boomy. Good night.
Good night.
Guys,
night,
everyone.
safe
Good
travels.
night,
Night, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Vegas.
Guys in training. I see you,
Okay.
Madeline. Hey,
You already
Madeline.
know.
See you.
Orlando in February, baby.
Let's
Good night.
go. Let's go.
Yes,
Good
Orlando, here
night.
we
Good
go.
night.
Good night. Love you guys.
Love you also. Love you, family.
Love you guys.